All right, so I got this point 1 comma 8, and that's on my original function f of x. I want to transform this point using my mapping rule based on these transformed functions over here. I have 3 questions. So let's first talk about the mapping rule. My mapping rule states that a point x comma y is going to be transformed to x over k minus d and ay plus c. K and D affect my X value and A and C affect my Y value. And if you're wondering what A, K, D, and C are, the original function with transformations is A, F, K, X minus D plus C. So we just have to sub in A, K, D, and C into each equation and then transform the point. So let's do that for the first example here. Let's start with the mapping rule. So I know that it's x over k, and k is just 4 in this question, minus d, which is 1. And then a is just -1, so I just have negative y, and then there's no c value. So that's my mapping rule right there. Now I can transform my point 1 comma 8. Just going to replace my 1 x over here with 1 and my y with 8. Then I'll just complete this calculation. So 1 over 4 minus 1 is just -3 over 4. This is just -8. So this is my first transform point for this question over here. Let's go to the second question. Then I'll start with my mapping rule. So x comma y gives me x over k, which is -1. There's no d value. My a value is -1. And again, there's no c value. So that's my transformation. It's pretty simple here. Just a reflection in both axes. Can transform my point now. 1 over -1 and just -8. This just basically flips the point to -1 and -8. And let's take a look at our last example here. So x comma y gives me x over k, which is 0.5, minus d, which is 3, and a is 0.5 as well. So a, y, and c is +3. So that is my mapping rule right there. Now I can just sub in my points. So 1 comma 8 gives me 1 over 0.5 minus 3, comma 0.5 times 8 plus 3. And I just have to do the calculations. So 1 over 0.5 is 2, 2 minus 3 is -1, and 0.5 times 8 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. So this is my final transformed point.